This conference will now be recorded.
The other one is the bill backs. Okay, so the main thing, one more important thing is like the source for the
Sunil,
source.
this is Vijay. What about the master data? Do we talk about flexible groups and other type agreements?
Yeah, we'll be working with agreement actually. Yes, flexible group in the sense which one you're talking? Which text flexible group you're talking?
Sorry?
So yeah, agreements will be setting up anyway. I don't know. Yeah. So I'll
No, no, but like
explain.
I'm about talking about the master data, like flexible group master data or material groups, customer hierarchy, DMR customer hierarchy. Do we gonna talk about that too?
DMR we are not going to cover much actually. DMR is not part of this training actually. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will be mainly working with these five modules only. So DMR and DMP, those will be like separate 30-hour sessions. So that we are not covering in this training actually. They are completely different actually. So we will be mainly working with these five modules and how we can set it up in the system, how we can go with the set up the transaction process. Similarly, how we can set up the composite, that is the volume based, the target based process. So these things we'll be working on. Yes. So
But I'm still I think missing. Maybe I'm missing something. But for
yeah,
any rebates or any setup, right? Any agreement, right? So the
yeah,
flexible groups are the key, right?
yeah,
The
yeah,
group of materials or group of customers that you're going to maintain in the agreement who are eligible for, and all the
yeah.
inclusion rules, exclusion rules.
Okay. I'll clarify. Okay, so for any agreement and for any Vistex document to create, master data is necessary. Yeah, that I agree. So what I'm trying to say is like we will be using the customer master. We'll be using customer master, material master, and the vendor master. Okay, as part of our training. So for this, we'll be using them and we'll be maintaining them in our contract. Okay, so as to validate the source document and to compute the rebates, we'll be using them as yes. We can master data. It can be a if you take the example of a customer, so master data can be a customer or a customer group or a material or material group. Yes, yeah, we'll be using that. Yeah, and it's customer or customer group, material group. Okay, based on the business scenario, we'll be configuring it in our system and we'll be validating against it. Yes. So am I clear or still you are any having any doubt?
That's
So
fine, Sunil. Go ahead, continue.
got it right. Yeah. Okay. So once we just have one process in place, means like the first one we run one end-to-end cycle, then you will understand what I'm talking about. Okay. So initially it will be little tricky. Why? Because everything is different, right? So we will be using the SAP master data pricing, SAP SD pricing. So vendor master will be using we will be using we will be using it regularly, but the setup how we do it in Vistex, how we use it in Vistex, that is a little different. Okay? So for that we have some key combinations will be different. Access sequence we have to define separately, conditions we have to define separately. Okay, so everything from scratch we'll try to understand so that it will be easy. Okay? Yeah. So for going into the actual process, we'll try to understand the modules, individual modules, what they'll be doing. Okay, so what is the significance of each module in Vistex and who will be implementing this module. Okay, so that we'll try to understand first. So we'll take a regular example. We'll take one simple example. Okay, so first I want to discuss on the sales rebates. So okay, so for this example, let's take Dell as our manufacturer and Costco as our distributor. Okay, so before going further, we will try to understand what are the different type of rebates. Okay, which the manufacturer can give to a customer. Okay, so one can be a percentage rebate. Right? So percentage rebate, or it can be a dollar per unit rebate, or it can be a flat rebate. Okay, so from a technical perspective, these are the different types of rebates which can be given, right? So okay, similarly, when we are talking about the business terminology, okay, so the names of the different rebates, so it can be like it can be admin fee, okay, so or it can be a marketing fee, so it can be a broker fee. Or, so why manufacturer have to give rebate to the distributor? Like so in this example, which we are talking, the sales rebate example. So Costco might be selling products of so many different vendors. Right? So he will be selling laptops from Tablet Packard, Dell, or Toshiba, or so many vendors. Right? So to make to motivate the distributor, he will be giving rebates. Right? So
So just
that is the
to
first.
uh,
Yeah,
just to add to that, Sunil,
yeah,
I work in a pharma company, so we give something called RSA fees to the
yeah, yeah.
distributors to hold our stock.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So in pharma means we'll be having like admin fee, we'll be having CM fee, contract management fee, all those things we'll be having, right? Yes, yeah. Yeah, I understand what you said. So the technical, when we are talking about the technical part of the rebate, so it can be basically categorized into three parts. So percentage rebate, or dollar per unit rebate, or flat rebate. Okay? So when we are talking about the business terminology based on the business process, so it can be an admin fee. Okay, so for admin fee for maintaining some aspect related to the manufacturer, marketing fee is promoting running some marketing campaign on behalf of the manufacturer, broker fee, so it can be some. Okay, so you can have like CM fee, so it can be anything. Okay, so based on the business process, these names differs from client to client, but these things the way the rebate is computed, so this remains same, but the rebate name differs actually. Okay,
And is there
so
anything like direct rebate and indirect rebate?
yeah. So that is again a pharma case. Okay, so what happens is like when the manufacturer is selling directly to the distributor, or when the manufacturer is selling product directly to the end customer, so that is called as direct rebate. So why we call it as a direct rebate is like in this case, so invoice is the source. Okay, so from
Yeah,
using
for us
invoice,
invoice. Yeah.
yeah, using invoice, the IP document is created. So, okay, so when we are talking about indirect rebate, in that case, what will happen is like the claim, that is the chargeback claim, is used as a source document. Okay, so this comes again in pharma and in retail also. So chargeback and bill back, we will discuss a little further. Okay, so in that case, what will happen is like we will be using the chargeback claim as a source. Okay, using that the IP document is created. When I'm saying IP document, this is nothing but the is text document, okay, the rebate document.
Mhm, mhm.
So this is the indirect rebate, yes. So,
And do the companies define like different types of rebates, like volume rebate, growth rebate, incremental or seasonal rebates?
Yeah. So each rebate plan here, what I'm talking like admin fee, marketing fee, you're talking about RSA fee, right? So
Yeah,
each
RSF.
so each plan will be like one separate agreement type, means like one separate plan. Each one will be one separate plan in this text generally. Yeah, that's how it is. So in the same example which we are discussing, so here if you observe, the manufacturer is giving the rebate to the distributor. Okay. So similarly, if Vistex in this case, Vistex is with the manufacturer, right? So Vistex is with manufacturer. Similarly, we have sales rebate. So in this case, distributor can also have Vistex, right? So assuming in this case, distributor is having Vistex, so he will be giving rebate to the end customers or retailers, right? So what I'm trying to say here is like, so here what I'm trying to say is like sales rebate. This module can be it can be installed with the it can be installed by the manufacturer. Similarly, it can be installed by the distributor also. Okay, so both of them can use sales rebates. Okay. Similarly, as we are having some fair understanding and sales rebate, so same lines will be having the sales incentives. Okay, so that is the second model. Let's discuss on this because it is similar to the sales rebate. So it goes in the same line as of a sales rebate, but the main thing here is like the recipient of the rebate. Okay, the person getting the rebate will be a sales employee. Okay, so in the previous example, it is a sold to party, right? So here it will be the sales employee. So for this to work, sales employee need to be captured as a partner. Okay, that we have to remember. So everything goes same. Okay, so how the sales employee is given rebate is like based on it can be based on the invoice value, okay, or the number of quantity which is selling. So based on that we can get the rebate. Okay, so what I'm saying is like it can be percentage of the percentage rebate based on the sales value. Okay, similarly it can be dollar per unit. Like this. So sales incentive again, it can be installed by the manufacturer. Okay, so installed by manufacturer. Similarly, it can be with the distributor. Okay? So
ಇಬ್ರು ಈ
both
ಕಡೆ
of
ಒಂದು
them. So, so it can be installed by the manufacturer. Similarly, it can be installed from the distributor at the distributor end also. So this is how it is
So
in the
when you
sales.
say install, that means uh, it's a Vistex
Yeah, yeah.
software is
So
installed.
yeah. So what I mean to say is like as part of Vistex IP installation, they will be getting all these five modules, right? So when the customer buys the product, so they'll be getting these five modules. So this they'll be using. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so
Okay, when they size buy the software, they get these five modules. Okay.
yes, yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yes, sales rebate, sales incentive.
But
Similarly,
it's again up to the industry, right? It's because we as a pharma industry, we only use rebates, chargebacks. We don't use sales incentives or we don't use purchase rebates.
yeah, that's what. Once I explain the other three, is now I'm coming there only. So now you'll understand.
Mm.
So
Okay.
now I'm talking about the purchase rebate. So when I'm talking about purchase rebates, so this module is basically used by the distributor. Okay, so distributor he'll be installing, but he'll be configuring purchase rebates so that so as to make sure that he doesn't lose out on any rebates which are given by the vendor. So he'll say like I will promote your product and you give me this much of rebate. Okay, so in this month I'll buy 100k worth of product from you and you give me 5% like that. Okay, so you'll be negotiating with the manufacturer and he will be setting up in the system. Okay. So for that one, we are having purchase rebate. So basically, this module is used only by the distributor. Okay, so manufacturer we can't use it, right? So basically, mostly used by the distributor. Distributor in the sense high tech electronics, some so all big distributing channel partners and distributors will be basically using this purchase rebates. Okay. So here the main thing we have to remember is like purchase rebates. The source will be like so when I'm talking about this text document, first and foremost thing is like this text document can't be created without a source document. Okay, so it has to have a source. So in sales rebate, it is invoice. Similarly, in sales incentive, it is also invoice. When it comes to purchase rebates, it is a purchase order. Okay, so that is the first thing in purchase rebates. And the second important thing is like the partner will be vendor in this case. Okay, so these are the two things which we need to remember when we are talking about purchase rebates. So similarly, we are having two more modules. One is the bill back module and the other one is the chargeback module. Chargebacks, bill backs and chargebacks. So both of these modules go hand in hand. So this is mainly used in pharma and in retail also. So I'll try to give one example for us to understand this better. Okay. So the same example you can take. We can take one second. We'll take the same example for better understanding. So let's say Costco is buying a laptop from Dell for $1,000. Okay, Costco is buying a laptop for $1,000 based on agreement. Okay. Costco is buying a laptop from Dell for $1,000, but on the other hand, what happened is like Dell is having another agreement with the ABC for the same material. They want to sell it for $800. Okay. So in this case, as Dell can't sell directly to ABC, it has to sell through Costco only, right? And Costco won't be purchasing goods specific to a customer, right? So it will be generic, right? So what happens is like Costco has purchased it for $1,000, but it has to sell it to ABC Group for $800. So in this case, Costco has incurred loss of $200, right? So this $200, what they will do is like they will try to send a they'll send a chargeback claim. We call it as a chargeback claim. Okay. So distributor in this case, what I'm trying to say is like the distributor will be sending the chargeback claim to the customer, to the manufacturer. So what? No, so once it is received by the manufacturer, so manufacturer will be validating whether he is claiming for a valid product. Okay, so whether it is easy claiming as per the contract. Okay, so you'll try to validate on different parameters. So the material, the quantity, all these things he will be validating. And once he's fine, so what he will do is like manufacturer will pay the bill back. We call it as bill back amount. Okay, so bill back amount in this case is like $200. So he will be paying the bill back amount. Okay, so why the terms bill back and chargeback? This we have to understand. Okay, so when Vistex is installed by Vistex is with the distributor. It is called as chargebacks. Okay, so the distributor will be sending the chargeback claim to the manufacturer, right? So when the manufacturer is processing it, it is called as the bill back amount. So in this case, what happens is like in bill backs and chargebacks, source will be like source is claim. Okay, so this text claim it will be the source document. Okay, so he has to pay the manufacturer has to pay the $200. So for that, what he will do is like based on the claim he has received, he will create one claim in his system. Okay, that is used as a source. So I'm talking about the manufacturer in this case. So he received the claim from the distributor. So that is a source used as a source, and a bill back IP document is created. Okay, so bill back IP document is created, and this is settled to the customer. Settled to the distributor. So when this bill back IP document is settled, a credit memo is generated on the name of the customer. Okay, so this again is seamless integration with the SAP FICO module. Okay, so we have to do some account determination for this to work. Okay, so this is two parts. Okay? So where the cycle started is like manufacturer distributor sending chargeback claim to manufacturer. Step one. Okay? This is step one. So one more important thing is like if it is a small distributor, okay, so if you can't afford IDOC setup everything, so basically they'll be sending through claims. They can send through Excel, okay, they can be sending through Excel or PDF or by email, okay. So when it comes to large customers, so they'll be using the IDOC setup, okay. So IDOC setup is also involved here. So distributor is sending claim to the manufacturer. This is the first part, right? So the next part is like manufacturer receiving the claim and creating the claim in the system. This is the second part. Second part. Similarly, this checking is validating the claim, and then is creating the bill back IP document, and then is settling the IP document. So once this is done, the actual debit memo is triggered. So similarly, this is from a manufacturer's perspective, right? Manufacturer's perspective. Similarly, if the distributor is having this text, so in this case, what will happen is like you'll using the same so claim as a source, right? So same claim as a source will be creating chargeback IP document. So in this case, he has to receive the amount, right? So in this case, he will receive the amount, okay, from the manufacturer. So the main difference between billback and chargeback is like here Vistex is with in billbacks Vistex is installed at the manufacturer side, and in chargeback meaning Vistex is with the distributor. So this is like a high level process flow how it is a differentiation between the five modules. So why they are defined separately is like everything the process it can handle is different, right? So the process and the business scenario characteristic is different. So similarly, one more important thing is like yeah. So one more
So
important thing is Sorry,
For the chargebacks, Vistex should also be with the manufacturer, right?
not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Why? Because only distributor can have the Vistex. So if the manufacturer is not having Vistex, he can use. He'll be using. I'm talking about the IDOC setup. Okay, so basically in pharma, everything, all the data transfer is done through IDOCs only, right? So major big companies, so they're using the IDOC setup. So if the manufacturer is not having SAP, we will be using SAP PA, right? So the
Yeah.
interface module, yeah, interface module. So from non-SAP data is captured and using SAP PA, it is converted to the IDOC format and it can be captured in the distributor system as a claim.